Let me tell you a story. There's a student who studies for 8 hours every single day, but he doesn't plan his day at all. And there is another student who studies for just 4 hours every single day, like half of the first one time, but he plans his day in advance. Who do you think is going to make more progress? Who do you think is going to get more marks? Who do you think will study better? It's obvious, right? And in this video, I'll exactly show you how to plan your day using step by step using my TAE method. I am Manvik and I help Indian students like you get better at studying without feeling distracted and without using toxic productivity. Let's get started. First of all, I want to tell you my story. So, a month ago, my summer vacation has ended from my school, and we had like 50 days of free time, and I had so many goals to achieve. And I think I used to sit for at studying for like easily 6 to 8 hours a day. That's a lot, right? But none of my goals are achieved. Isn't that ironic? I used to study like 6 to 8 hours a day. Minimum was like I used to at least sit for 3 to 4 hours or something like that. You get the point. But I hadn't made any progress. The reason was simple. I didn't plan my day. I didn't plan my week. I didn't plan even my month. How do you expect to make progress? And after that, my school exams I started, etc. I scored worse. And recently, my second exams got over and my scores improved. Why? 10 days before my exam, I used this technique which I'll show you in this video, and it has literally improved my marks just by using this technique. And it's very simple to do. I'm gonna give you my word. It's very simple. You get overwhelmed by this. First of all, I wanna go over a detailed topic, and I wanna actually talk about why planning is important in the first place. You see, say you don't have a plan to study or anything, then you would actually make a lot of decisions in the day, right? So when you don't plan, you actually take a lot of decisions by yourself at that right in the moment. Say you come back from school, you have to make a decision of what subject to study, and you are saying how much time to study. You are taking all these related decisions, right? It actually is bad when you take these many decisions throughout the day, because your brain has limited decision making power. And if you keep using them on little tasks like choosing which subject to study, when to study, how to study them, etc., etc., you would actually lose your decision points, which will lead to your brain decision fatigue. I mean, it will literally fatigue your brain after taking that many decisions. That's bad for your studying, because when you have no decisions to take, you will actually make worse decisions in the most important decisions of the studying part. So that's the reason why planning is important, because without a plan your day is wasted. I'm guaranteeing, I'm gonna give you my word, your day will be wasted without a plan. And one more point is that with a plan, when you make a plan, which I'll show you in this video, your brain is actually going to execute what I like to call execution mode, which is your brain knows exactly what to do. So it is, there is less friction in itself. So that's very very good thing, right? If you know of friction anything, having less friction between your tasks is the best thing you could have. And when you make a plan, that's literally what you get less friction between your tasks and studying and whatever it is. Isn't it awesome? So yes, that's some a little point of why planning is important. And now I'll show you how to plan your day exactly step by step using my TAE method. What is my TAE method? TAE stands for tracking, arranging, and executing. So in tracking, what I like to call is, you have to know how much free time you actually have. Most people just most people go into the second or third steps, which I'll discuss later. But this is the most important part. If you don't do this, I'll promise you will not make progress. And it's very easy compared to all of the other steps. It's very easy to track, it's very easy to do this step. And I'll give some actionable tips at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So free time in your day, I created like a simple formula, which is your total time, which is 24 hours minus fixed time schedules, like 8 hours of sleep, 6 hours of school, 1 hour of travel to the school, etc., etc. You have to get all of that in the fixed time schedule, and you have to subtract that from 24 hours. Say you have let's take an example. We have 24 hours in a day, right? So you take 8 hours from away from that for sleep, so you have 16 hours are left. Now if you take 6 hours from school, you get 10 hours are left. And if you take 1 hour to transport, you have 9 hours of left. And if you remove coaching from that, you have, like, I don't know, 3 hours is coaching or 2 hours is coaching, let's take 3 or 2. We have 7 hours of left. That is your actual time, actual free time, which I like to call. You can arrange this according to yourself. I'm just taking example. Now this 7 hours is your free time. Now when you actually have this free time, I want you to do this right now. I want you to pause the video right now and track your, I wanted to calculate your free time. How much free time do you actually have in your days? You can do this for weeks as well. I wanted to do this for the past week. How much free time you actually had. I wanted to do how much free time you will actually have in your future. And I want you to track today. What did you do in those free times? Are you binge watching Netflix? Are you eating chips? Are you watching, I don't know, YouTube? Whatever it is. Are you playing? Whatever it is. I want you to track what you did in those free times, so that you will be more cautious next time doing these activities in your free time. So that was the actionable step. Pause the video right now and track your free time right now. Now step 2 in my TAE method is arranging your study blocks in your actual free time. What do I mean by this? So basically you have this free time, right? So after our example, we had 7 hours of free time left. That's a lot, like, if you think about it. You had 7 hours of free time. So I want you to arrange your study blocks in these 7 hours of time. Say I'm just taking an example here right now. Say you take like 1 hour of math, 1 hour of science, 1 hour of Hindi, 1 hour of, I don't know, social, etc., etc. I want you to do how much time will your a subject you will do. And I want you to arrange this study blocks throughout your day. So you have to track where your free time is, and I want you to put these study blocks in there. And I want to give you a tip here, which is very important actually. I want you to be as specific as possible. When I say as specific as possible, I mean, people just leave like 1 hour of maths. Do you think that's effective? Do you think that's telling your brain what to do? Do you think that's telling your brain what to study from maths, or where to study from maths? No, it doesn't. So it's bad. So what we will do is make it as specific as possible. Like, say you have a free time of 3 to 4 p.m. So what I'll write is 3 to 4 p.m. Solving 8 trigonometric questions from this question bank in my study room. Like this, when you write full sentences like this, you will actually think more about your day, which will minimize decisions, and minimizing decisions is automatically increasing productivity. I think you're smart enough for this. Start with the hardest or the weakest subjects first, because your brain has more mental clarity or more mental energy, which I like to call, in the beginning, because you will actually use more of your mental energy in those subjects first, which will help you to be better at the subject, which is like a pro side tip, by the way. If you want to use it according to yourself, or just ignore it. It's my tip. It's a tip from my side. And the third step in my TAE method is executing. So right now, I think you have made a plan, or you have tracked your free time and put your study blocks in it. And right now, I'll tell you how to execute it. So I like to quote a famous, I think it's changed my life, from, I saw this from Tarun Speaks, if you know him, Tarun. And he said, a day starts the night before. That's a powerful quote. I love it. And I want you to, every single night before you sleep, I want you to track your free time for tomorrow. Or if it's like static, static, like you have student, right? So school 6 hours, sleep 8 hours, it's static. So you can remove this and track your free time. And I want you to put your study blocks in those times before the night before. And I want you to be as specific as possible. I'll also give you some tips right now. And when you do that, you will actually have more decision making power tomorrow, because you have used all of your decision making today for tomorrow, which is like very very productive in my case. Because the less decision make you the less decisions you make today will be more productive while you're studying. So tonight this is an actionable step. Tonight I want you to plan tomorrow's tomorrow's day. At least for today, I wanted to see the change, I wanted to feel the win. So the how you do this is, you track your free time, you put your study blocks into it the night before, and you write in a piece of paper, and you put the piece of paper, like stick it onto a wall or something like that, and after that you go sleep peacefully. That is my take on executing. That is how you execute the plan. You actually make a plan itself, and that's half of 50% of it is executed already. You have to do the 50% tomorrow. And right now, I would like to give you some tips. I've given you all throughout the video, but I would like to keep a summary of the point. I want you to be as specific as possible in your study blocks. As I said, 3 to 4 p.m., solving 10 trigonometry questions from this question bank in study table, etc. Like that. And I want you to start with the weakest or the hardest subjects first, because it builds momentum and it takes a mental cluttering off, like, oh, that's coming up, I'm scared of that. No, you will achieve it first, so that it will be a win for your day. And and I want you to keep the plan somewhat flexible. Like, if a block gets missed, I don't want you to quit your whole day. I want you to shift it to another time or something like that. I If you miss a block, that's completely fine. If you're making 60 to 70% progress on your plans every single day, that's better than your current self. Am i am i wrong? No, right? If you're studying 60 to 70% better than what you currently are, isn't that progress? So here are the actionable steps for today. I want you to track your free time of tomorrow, and I want you to put your study blocks into them, and I want you to do it. And if you complete your study blocks tomorrow, that doesn't matter. I want you to plan tonight before you sleep. I want you to plan your next day by the principles of watching this video. And I want you to comment if you've done that. If you've done, then comment like, yes, I've done this, something like that. If you haven't done this, you're just watching this video for free, then thank you, your time has been wasted. If you found value in this video, or if this video helped you, I want you to share this to a friend who has the same problem you're facing right now. And if you want to join a community of guys who has the same mindset like you, that like they literally think the same as you, click the link in the description, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.